Good morning everybody. Team Kenya hoye. Mbona sikii sauti yenu na amuko wa Olympics? Ninyi wabunge nani kila mtu mwenye yako hapa sauti yenu ipande juu. Team Kenya hoye. Tuwapige makofi na vigelegele. Asante sana. Thank you very much. You can take your seats. I must say this. I am truly proud of Team Kenya. And I want to say, we gather here this morning in Eldoret, the city of champions, as we call it, united in celebration of the heroes and heroines of the Paris 2024 Olympics as they return back home to Kenya, the veritable land of champions. When I commissioned this team a few weeks ago, Team Kenya, to go and represent our country at the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics, I reminded you that you were both our best and the world's finest athletes. Today, I am extremely happy, delighted to welcome you back from your successful mission in Paris. You undertook the calling and understood the burden of shouldering our collective aspirations and dreams as a nation on the global stage. And I say, you did not disappoint. In Paris, our athletes once again demonstrated to the world that when it comes to endurance, determination, and the unshakable will to succeed, we are at the top of our continent and can match the best anywhere in the world. Just imagine, we became position number 17 out of close to 200 countries participating. And I think that's not enough. We became country number 2 in the whole world in athletics. As has been said here, there are countries who celebrate just to qualify to go to the Olympics. Yes, and I'm told number 1 is a huge country called the United States, which is almost a continent. Leading this remarkable feat were our golden stars. And you know them. Beatrice Jebet here. Tumpige makofi huyu mrembo jamani. Who not only conquered the 5,000 but also brought home gold in the 10,000 meters, marking her place as a true queen of middle distance running. And of course, Faith, the one and only Kipyegon, who continues to rewrite history with her 3rd consecutive back-to-back, as he says in her own words, Olympic gold in 1,500 meters and a silver in 5,000. And we all have a rough estimate of why that 5,000 went the way it did. Yeah? And of course we have Emmanuel Wanyonyi, who brought home gold in 800 meters, a victory that cements his status as a rising star in Kenyan athletics. And when I had a chat with him this morning, he just graduated, as the president of Athletics Kenya said, from the juniors now to the real game. And he has a bright future, as we all can see. Let me also celebrate Ronald Kwemoy, who secured bronze in 1,500. And Helen, of course, Obiri, and Benson Kipruto brought home bronze in the women's and men's marathons, respectively, reminding us that even in the face of challenges, our athletes never lose sight of the finish line and will fight for glory to the tape. We saw them, and sometimes we never understand the sacrifices that are made, the commitment that is put in place, and the determination over many hours, many days, weeks, months, and years for one to do that final minute dash and win. Congratulations to you all. Your victories are just not medals that you carry. They are symbols of our national character, a testament to what we can achieve when we believe in ourselves. On behalf of every Kenyan, I am profoundly proud of you and grateful to you, Team Kenya, for taking the heart, soul, and spirit of your fellow countrymen to Paris and shining for our motherland. Every time we saw the Kenyan flag, every time the Kenyan national anthem was played, we felt on top of the world. It was quite an emotional moment, and we are very proud to receive you back home. But our pride doesn't end there. As a country, we have set our standards and expectations extremely high when it comes to gold and championships and tournaments. While we acknowledge your impressive performance, we also recognize that our potential remains immense. Our athletics are increasingly, or is increasingly, under encroachment from countries that have studied, learned, and perfected our skills to our detriment. As a government, at the national and county levels, we must scale up our deliberate collaboration with all stakeholders, such as sports federations, to develop a sports policy framework that will address these gaps and stop what is going on so that we can progress our sports ecosystem to the place where we all want it to be. We all know why we have 4 gold medals. Because the 5th gold medal on steeplechase is missing. Mr. Murkomen. You know, when immediately Kipchumba Murkomen was sworn in, I put him on the next plane and I told him to go to Paris. And I am very confident that under your leadership, understanding very well, having learned in a school where sports, in Iten where sports was a big thing, I'm very confident that you're going to lead this ministry into where the sports fraternity wanted to be. As we honor these heroes, it is only fitting that we do it here in Eldoret, the city of champions, the newest city in Kenya today. And there couldn't have been a better celebration of Eldoret city than to do it with these Olympic champions. For it is from these very highlands that many of our great athletes have been nurtured. Elevating Eldoret to city status is not just a recognition of its past. It is a bold statement about our present and a major statement about our future. Eldoret City is not just a title. It is a brand that resonates with excellence. It represents the journey of a young athlete who, with nothing but a dream and a pair of running shoes and the support of a community, can rise to become an Olympic champion. It is here in Eldoret that the heart of Kenya's athletic success beats strongest. And it is here that we reaffirm our commitment to nurturing the next generation of champions. As we celebrate both our Olympic champions and the birth of the City of Champions, let us remember that we are all part of this incredible journey. Together, we will continue to soar to new heights, for Kenya is and always will be the land of champions. This morning is a great morning, ladies and gentlemen, as I receive Beatrice, Faith, Emmanuel, Kwemoy, Obiri, and all the good people. These people are great Kenyans. It is not always that on a global stage a country is celebrated. It reminds us as a country what we can achieve together. I want to persuade us as Kenyans to celebrate our successes. We are a great nation. I know we set standards, very high standards for ourselves, but I also want to dare say that even as we set standards very high for ourselves, let us remember to celebrate our achievements. Let us remember to celebrate our success. It is not always that you become number one in Africa. It is not always that you become number two globally in athletics. It is a major feat. Even as we criticize ourselves, we must remember to celebrate our success, so that we don't judge ourselves too harshly and sometimes bring down the spirits of the men and women who do their best, go out of their way, make sacrifices to make our country great. In our midst, we have great men and women. We have Kipchoge Keino here, a legend. Huyu mzee tumpigie makofi jamani. Can we celebrate Kipchoge Keino? Wapi nduru ya huyu mzee jamani, Kipchoge Keino? You know? We have always known Kipchoge Keino. In fact, many people think he is in the league of Vasco da Gama, because he's part of our history. He's part of what we learned as we grew up. The fact that he's still here in our midst is a great testament of what sports can do to a person. Congratulations, Mzee, and we will continue to celebrate you. We have great sportsmen. Just seated next to him is a great medalist, gold medalist. Yeah? Ezekiel Kemboi. Tumpigie makofi Ezekiel. You know? At one point he was called Babayao of sports. Yeah? And of course we have the great man who is now the president of our NOC, you know? Paul Tergat. Pigeni makofi. And we have many. And what do I say? You know, about the man who tells us, no man is unlimited. Eliud Kipchoge. Yeah? Eliud is a great legend, you know, and I know how people were disappointed. You know, many people, you know, made all manner of comments. How can Eliud not finish? You know? But Eliud, we celebrate you. You have held our flag high. You are a great Kenyan. You are a great legend. And many of the other athletes, please, people, let us celebrate these men and women. Let us criticize them less. They do a lot. They go out of their way. They make sacrifices to make our flag be flown in capitals around the world. Right? Tafadhali, you know, I know we set for ourselves very high standards,